Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we grab what might look like, small bits of info, could be an article, some research, or like
Hmm.
today, just a few verses from a really ancient text. And we pull out the key insights, the important stuff, for you.
hmm
Today, we're diving into Genesis chapter 5, verses 30 to 32,
Oh.
specifically. Now look, they might just seem like the end of a long list of names, right? A genealogy.
Yeah, seems that way at first
But
glance.
actually, they work as this really crucial pause in the writing. It's like the story takes a breath, holds it for a second
Right.
to make sure we feel the weight of these last moments before the huge story of the flood kicks off.
It's true. And what's amazing, really, is how much depth you can find in passages that are, well, so short.
Yeah.
Even things that look like simple details, how long someone lived, who their kids were, they can carry these profound implications. They can point to a much bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our goal here, isn't it? To help you see those connections that maybe aren't obvious at first, because there's often so much more going on than you initially see.
Exactly, those hidden connections. That's what makes these verses so interesting to dig into.
Mm-hmm.
And when we really get into them, you start to see how things that seem finished are actually sort of subtly pointing towards massive changes coming down the line. Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's kick off with verse 30. It says, "After Noah was born, Lamech lived 595 years and had other sons and daughters."
Right. Standard genealogical stuff on the surface.
On the surface, yeah. But the real takeaway from Lamech here is not just, oh, he lived a long time and had more kids. It's pointing to something deeper, a
Yeah.
theological idea maybe.
I think so. It quietly underlines this concept that even when things seem, I don't know, ordinary, just carrying on.
Like normal life.
Yeah, like normal life. There's this sense that divine providence is at work, carefully laying the groundwork for something huge, something world-changing that's just around the corner.
Okay, groundwork. I like that.
Precisely. It's a powerful reminder, really. Every generation, even the ones that seem like they're just in the background,
Mm-hmm.
they're actually a vital part of this bigger story that's unfolding. And, if you look at the bigger picture here, verse 31 adds another layer.
Yeah, well,
It says, altogether, Lamech lived a total of 777 years, and then he died.
777. Okay, that number definitely stands out. It's not like 775 or 780. It's very specific.
It is very specific. And that precision, 777 years, it's probably not just random. It feels significant.
How so? Is it symbolism?
Well, it's often seen that way. The number 777 in biblical numerology, it's frequently linked with divine perfection or completion.
Like the 7 days of creation, that kind of seven.
Exactly like that. So it signals this sort of divinely orchestrated end of a chapter, a completion. And that contrasts really sharply with another famous number.
Let me guess, 666.
You got it. 666, which pops up in Revelation tied to, human imperfection, rebellion.
Right, so 777 is like the opposite, a sign of divine order maybe?
That's a good way to put it. It feels like a deliberate narrative choice, an exclamation point almost. A significant full stop right before the next massive act in humanity's story kicks off.
Okay, so that numerical thing, it's more than just a pause. It's like a signpost preparing us for this huge shift with Noah's sons. But hang on.
Yeah.
Couldn't someone argue we're just reading too much into it? That it's just a standard record and we're the ones imposing all this meaning? How do we tell the difference in ancient texts like this?
That's a really good question. A fair question. And I think the answer lies in the function of these verses, where they sit in the bigger story.
Okay.
While, yes, they are reporting facts, names, ages, their placement right here, and the specific details the author chose to include.
Like the 777, or naming these specific sons.
Exactly. Those choices elevate it beyond just simple record keeping. They build narrative tension, don't they? They create anticipation. They're signaling to the reader, especially a careful reader, pay attention, something big is coming, and these guys are important.
Ah, okay. So it's the context, the placement, and those very specific, possibly symbolic details that signal, hey, this isn't just a list.
Right. It's doing more work than just listing names and dates.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hmm.
And speaking of shifts and important people, verse 32 brings in the key players for that next era, doesn't it?
It does.
After Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, Noah having kids at 500, that's another detail that just jumps out, especially after tracking all these long lifespans.
It is striking. 500 years old.
And these three names, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, they're going to be absolutely central when we get into the flood story and beyond.
And that really raises a crucial question, doesn't it? Why these three sons specifically? Why are they highlighted right here?
Good point. It doesn't just say he had sons.
No. Mentioning Shem, Ham, and Japheth by name isn't just a family update. It's strategic. It's setting up the future.
How so?
Because the text makes it really clear later on in Genesis chapter 10.
The Table of Nations.
Exactly. Genesis 10 spells out how these three sons become the ancestors of basically all the peoples of the known world after the flood.
Right, right.
So even here, tucked away at the end of a genealogy, the text is already hinting at the global scale of what's coming. It's pointing towards a much larger divine plan that involves everyone.
Wow. It's actually pretty compelling how just these 3 short verses lay down such a fundamental groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about who lived and who died anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's suddenly about who's being put in place for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
It really underlines that idea you mentioned. Even when we can't see the whole picture, there's this underlying preparation going on. The world is about to be turned upside down, quite literally.
Right.
But the right people are being positioned.
And that's the profound implication here, I think. These verses really show that theme of divine preparation. God is always getting ready for the next step.
Even if nobody sees it coming.
Even when it's not visible yet. Strategically putting people in place for these huge roles in the ongoing story of humanity. Noah and his sons, they're about to take center stage in a massive way.
Yeah.
And these verses, they're the quiet introduction just before their grand entrance.
So thinking about all this,
Yeah.
what does it mean for you listening right now? I mean, these verses really challenge us to think about where we fit into a larger story, don't they?
They do.
You might feel like you're just, part of the scenery sometimes, navigating your own in-between times. Maybe things feel a bit stagnant.
Mm-hmm. We all have those times.
But stories like this, they remind us to maybe trust that there is some underlying preparation happening, even if we can't see it. It makes me wonder, what kind of legacy are you building right now? Today?
That's a deep question.
Yeah, a legacy that could maybe bless people generations from now, even if you never see the full result.
Yeah.
And, maybe more immediately, how might you be seeing hints of preparation for what's next in your own life, even if it's not fully clear yet?
And that actually brings up one last sort of thought-provoking question to leave people with.
Okay.
If these verses, just 3 lines tucked away in a genealogy, can hold so much foresight, such global implications, well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Or what?
What seemingly small details, maybe in our own lives or even in the historical events happening around us right now,
Yeah.
what small things might be quietly setting the stage for huge monumental shifts that we just cannot possibly imagine yet?